What is going on YouTube? It's Gavin222, aka Gavin Landy, here with another WWE rumor. Former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan could make his return possibly at the 2016 Royal Rumble. The fans of the wrestling world want nothing more to know when Daniel Bryan is going to get back into the squared circle and compete. Some are wondering if he will ever be cleared enough by the doctors to wrestle again. If WWE knows when he is returning, they are doing an excellent job of keeping it a secret. That being said, could Daniel Bryan return to in-ring competition at the Royal Rumble? Bryan has missed a majority of the past 2 years due to injuries, neck, and concussions. He has had 2 titles stripped from him because he couldn't continue in the ring after winning them and not feel he may have to retire. Daniel Bryan this just popped in my mind. I read that there is one of WWE's top performers going to TNA. Is Daniel Bryan that top performer? Because he's not being cleared by WWE. But if he's returning, they're doing good secret, but he's been cleared by a number of doctors outside of WWE, but he just cannot seem to be cleared by the company's doctor. WWE is one of those companies that likes to keep many of their storylines a secret before they actually happen, and Daniel Bryan's return would be a huge. Forbes is reporting that even though WWE won't come right out and say his return could be a lot closer and sooner than everybody thinks. The 34-year-old former world champ spoke with the Straits Times back in early December and said he and WWE are working together. He's been frustrated that the company doctors wouldn't clear him, but maybe something is actually in the works. And I quote, "Because of my history with concussions," and this is why he's not been in the ring, because of concussions, nothing to do with his neck, it's just with his concussions. Because of my history with concussions, the WWE medical doctor wouldn't clear me. We're in the process of trying to figure out some kind of compromise. They keep sending me to do more tests, brain MRIs, brain EGs, and all my tests have come back great to the point where, again, my brain is better than someone my age with no concussion. So it was almost a month ago that Bryan said he would, and WWE were working on a compromise. Who knows how long they've already been discussing by the time he admitted it to the world. By now, all of those things could be worked out, and the time of his return to the ring may be known. While the secret is likely known by those who actually need to know, when will it be? I mean, they did it with Sting, so that's the best way to prevent any leaks. Daniel Bryan has been working out, doing just a Q, jiu-jitsu, running, doing yoga, and participating in weightlifting to keep his body in shape. That's another thing that means it's time for Bryan to return to the ring. He'll be ready. Just guarantee it. If the rumor or the word starts really getting around that Bryan could return to the Royal Rumble, then sales of WWE Network are definitely going to rise. His return would blow off the roof of the place and create a huge buzz as the road to WrestleMania officially begins. With WWE reporter, we scraping all plans of WrestleMania 32 recently and starting from scratch, anything is possible. Bryan may not just return in the Royal Rumble match, but he could win the whole thing and go to the main event, the early April pay-per-view. So Daniel Bryan return at the 2016 Royal Rumble is something that WWE does not want to spoil before it happens. So before it happens, if he doesn't actually happen in a few weeks, then that will change everything fans thought about what was to happen on the road to WrestleMania. So until next time, subscribe.